how does that play out like on a day-to-day basis, like in terms of you going about your work as a co-founder and in your business? I mean, do you have any examples of what, serving or being a lay leader looks like?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I've shared previous stories about, when I was at Morgan Stanley, and a very critical and important kind of experience I had that shaped me, especially in the later years, in my 40s and 50s, was that experience in my 30s of, when I was at Morgan Stanley and I was offered promotion to be an MD. And I don't know if you know investment banking and, that world of finance, being an MD at a big bank is like the holy grail as a young person. And at the time I was a co-head and, with another friend of mine, and we were both offered promotion. And it was still the post-global financial crisis kind of period. And my boss from New York flew in from New York to Singapore and told us that he managed to secure only one promotion for us. And we were led to believe and thought that both of us were going to be promoted together. And instead of like telling us who's going to get promoted, he sat us down and said, "Oh, okay, you guys discuss and decide who's going to get promoted first." We were like, what is going on? And we left it to us. And so we both obviously desperately wanted it. And I thought I obviously deserved it more because I was managing a bigger piece of the portfolio in terms of assets. I had a, slightly better performance, I think, and contributed more to the team. But, it was one of those things where God really intervened and said that, hey, this is where, being a Christian needs to be different. And he convicted my heart. And I went back to him and said that, look, after praying with my wife at the time, at the time I prayed with my wife, not prayed with my wife at the time, and I have a different wife now. But Hijin and I prayed, and she actually was given the passage from Genesis 11, where Abraham obviously had the first dibs, but gave it to Lot, and Lot chose the better field area, and that was a testament of what being a Christian is about. And where our priorities lie. And so I went back to him and told him that, hey, we've prayed about it, thought about it, and I think that, I'm okay with you going first. And even then, to be honest, I expected him to say, no, Sam, you should go first. And I'll push it back to him and say, no, you go first. And then, he'll take it. But
Sam, it's like you're fighting over a dinner bill.
Yes, precisely. I expected that. It's a very Asian thing, right? And yes. Instead, he immediately jumped on it and said, is that okay? Really? I really want this. So yes, thank you, Sam. And I was like devastated.
Oh.
And
well, that's how it worked. So Lot didn't go back and say, no, Abraham, you really go, right?
Yeah, precisely.
But I think that there's such a powerful. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's an incredible story. I think that the answer. Yeah, please. Yeah. Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's a little bit more to this because it's not just that, because God did so much more in that process to me. And it really was after that, I went to tell my boss, and the boss agreed, okay, fine, I'll try to do what I can for you next year. And these types of things are never guaranteed, right? And then I went to his room and told him, hey, I told the boss, you're going to be promoted first and I'm okay with it. And I expected him to be happy after that initial conversation. And basically he was like, not looking that great. And he said this to me, and it just stays with me to this day, that, you know what, throughout my life, I thought I could do anything another person could do. And this is the first time in my life that someone is doing something that I know I cannot do. And I was thinking about why. And I realized that it's because you have your God and I don't. We're great friends, but he's not the type to say those things. And for me, though, when he said that, it was a point of where I broke down. I actually realized something that was fundamentally true, that until that moment, I had always lived for my own glory, even though I talked about the glory of God. And when I truly died to myself and gave something up, God used the mouth of my colleague and friend to encourage me but it led to a place of repentance that this was the first time when I died to self that God was finally glorified in my life. So for me, that was the single experience that God gave me that shaped, what are my priorities, for God and his kingdom? What are the things that truly reflect his image through me in the workplace? And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that because it was a moment of great shame and led me to a place of repentance, in fact, but it shaped me.